Hey guys, thank you for tuning into my channel. I'm Ant, aka WWE Fan 1993, and we are going to be talking about the current state of WWE, Episode 3. We are just going to be talking about a bunch of different things today, a bunch of random stuff with what's going on lately in WWE. I have my friend Ashley here, who is an avid WWE fan from high school, which was 8 years ago at this point, so she's been watching it for a long time, even before then. She has a lot of good thoughts. Ashley, thank you for coming on and talking with me today.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, we're just going to be diving into everything WWE. So, Ash, why don't you tell us a little bit about, like, your background in WWE and how you're thinking things are going right now, fan-wise?
Alright, so me growing up, my dad, he loved wrestling, so he got me and my sisters into it. I would always watch it more than them, so I was more of a fan. Growing up, there was Batista. He was always my favorite.
Yep. The animal.
Rikishi.
Yep.
My favorite. Stone Cold. Diehard Stone Cold fan.
Yep.
Undertaker. The Hardy Boys.
Yep.
All-time favorite. Especially Jeff.
That's like everyone's favorite. Poor Matt.
Well, Matt's my favorite too. But,
oh, okay.
And then Goldberg.
Goldberg. Oh, okay. You're a Goldberg fan. What's funny is that you mentioned Stone Cold. I'm wearing Stone Cold pants right now that say "Hell yeah," and it has the 316 little thing. Yeah, I'm a big Stone Cold fan as well. You're bringing me back to the ruthless aggression attitude here. I'm really happy. I'm feeling like I'm 10 again. Yeah, like, I remember, like, really liking those guys, too. I remember seeing Rikishi with Too Cool when they do their little, like, break dance, and then, like, they'd fight.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I definitely remember that, yeah.
Too Cool. Yeah, cool. So, okay, so how are you thinking things are going lately? Like, have you been able to really get into it? Because there's a lot of people, including myself, who have been kind of turned away without the fans being in the crowd. How are you thinking it's going?
I mean, like, they're still putting on, like, their characters. They're still performing.
Yeah.
Even without the audience there. They're still acting like the audience is there.
Yep.
And certain wrestlers, like, their promos are really good.
Yep.
But it's like other ones should just, like, stop talking.
And who's that?
Don't get me wrong, okay? I like the Iconics, okay? I like them.
You're not about to come for the Iconics, are you? Oh, no.
Okay. Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes their promos can go overboard. Not with, like, how they're speaking, but, like, how
never ending.
Talk. Yes, exactly. They just keep talking and talking and talking until they get slapped in the face by one of the wrestlers.
Huh. Well, did you see Billy Kay slap Peyton in the face last week?
Yes.
Ooh, man, that was ow. That was like you got cheated and you cheated on me. That was a slap. That was like a
oh yeah, she's like, bitch, I'm the only one for you. Slap.
She gonna bring her back to yesteryear with that one, man. Woo. I was not expecting. Well, the funniest thing is, like, so, because, like I said, like, I fast forward through it sometimes, so I didn't even see that part until I rewatched it, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, Billy slapped her? I was like, what?
I saw that on Tumblr, okay? Because, like, for Raw and, like, SmackDown and, like, for NXT, even for AEW, like, it'll trend on Tumblr.
Yeah.
So I'll go up there if, like, I missed something, and that was up there, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that happens all the time. So, you've been watching more, so we'll get to the Iconics and all of those guys and gals in a little bit, but, let's talk a bit about, let's talk a bit about, well, actually AEW. Let's talk about AEW first. So, have you been watching AEW? What's your take on another wrestling show to watch?
For AEW, I've been, like, watching the clips on YouTube. I've been also catching up on Tumblr.
Mm-hmm. So you're a fan.
I started to watch... Somewhat of a fan. Okay. I started watching more because of Chris Jericho. Like, he used to talk about it even before he joined.
Yeah.
And now that he's there, I've been catching up on him.
Here's my thing with Jericho and AEW. I love AEW. Like I get the pay-per-views. I like it. My only problem with AEW is the amount of time they take out of their programming to do some sort of like bash towards WWE. And like it's like, for example, the whole spoiler alert, if you haven't seen, people, basically the whole Dark Order is Brody Lee, who's Luke Harper, and he basically does a lot of things that replicate Vince McMahon. Like there's a big story backstage that Vince McMahon doesn't like it when you sneeze in front of him. So, which is really
Honestly,
weird.
I kind of believe that.
Oh yeah.
Vince can be a dick like that.
Oh yeah, I could imagine him doing that. But now the main character Brody Lee, he's doing the same thing where it's like someone sneezed in front of him and he kicked them out. So I think that it's like, I think they should just focus more on what they're doing rather than the competition. Because when you talk about the competition, then you start thinking about the competition. And I want to focus on AEW. But I do like it, but to me, WWE has always been my thing. I can't go against it, you know? But I did see...
WWE, okay, they have the talent,
Mhm.
right? They have the competition.
Yep.
They have the stamina. But they also need to look at other brands like AEW. Their
Mhm.
talent up there is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They have more, like, the competition, the stamina. So when it comes to WWE, they're looking basically, like, on their company only.
Yeah.
And so if they want to expand, they need to look at other companies like AEW.
Mm-hmm.
And they just need to put their feud aside and be like, oh, this person has great stamina. Look at their moveset. Look at their promos. Look at the way they carry themselves. We could use someone like that on our team.
Yeah. Everyone works together. Let's trade wrestlers for a day. Yeah,
Exactly.
that would be cool. Where was I? I was going to ask you something about did you see about the Revival? So they just joined AEW, which
Yeah,
I thought
saw
was
that.
cool. I thought that was actually cool to see them with Tully Blanchard and Iron Anderson. I was like, all right, Four Horsemen, cool. I've loved the Revival. I feel like
WWE, like, they really weren't used that much.
no, not at all.
Like, they promoted them, and, like, they started to push them, and then they were just snap
Drop.
a finger. They were
Yeah.
put on the back burner.
And I love the Revival. I think they brought
they're really good, yeah.
they brought like a difference to WWE in the sense of that, like, they were hard hitting, like they say, no flips, just kicks. Like they were just all about just being bad in your face. And this is something that goes along with just NXT in general. I like how you said that like WWE needs to like sort of like expand and look at different like companies and different things. Although NXT is a part of WWE, it seems completely different. When I watch NXT, I feel like I'm watching like ECW, like I'm watching some kind of counterculture to WWE, and I feel like what they got going in NXT is amazing, but once they call up those wrestlers, it's almost like that's it. Once they come up, their character is like buried.
And I feel like their moveset becomes less and less.
Yes. Like, I was actually talking to Ellen about this the other day. For Asuka, like, when you think of her, like, her undefeated streak in NXT.
Yo, I saw that. That pissed me off when they had her lose her streak on Mark. Who the fuck was it to? Oh, shit.
It was to Charlotte, but, which...
Yeah, that shit pissed me off.
And I agree with you. I was pissed too, but here's one thing that pissed me off more than Charlotte beating her. The fact that they made Carmella beat her. That is when I was like, there's a problem here. And
Asuka is someone that should be pushed hard.
Yes.
She has raw talent. She uses it. She uses, like, all of her muscles just to fucking deliver one kick.
Yeah, she is amazing. And that happens a lot. Like, I see these wrestlers and I'm like, man, they brought so much to the table. The storylines, everything they did. You said their movesets, they were doing all kinds of crazy different things, and then once they bring them up, it's like, nope, you're forgotten about. Like, they're calling up Matt Riddle now. That's not going to be good.
No, it's not.
So,
One of the storylines that pissed me off, though, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
And, it was, oh my god, what's the first name? Ruby Riott and...
Natalya.
Yeah, and, like, the whole thing, like, her bringing her father into it and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was.
WWE, like, okay, I understand it's storyline and stuff like that, but they need to understand where it's personal from fiction.
Mm-hmm.
That whole storyline was straight up personal.
Yeah.
They got so much of freaking backlash for it, but they continued the damn storyline.
Yeah.
Vince needs to understand that, like, that shit should not fly at all. They were basically bullying her and her fucking dead father. Like, no, like, don't do that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Sometimes they blur the line a bit too much. And I understand that too. I remember being little, and, like, my mom was snapping because I was like 10 at the time. And this was the whole Kane versus Triple H angle in 2002 when they basically said that Kane killed his ex-girlfriend in a car accident, and then he, like, basically they remember they made Triple H dress up as him and basically pretend to, like, mess, like, fuck a doll. Kind of like necrophilia. And my mom was like, turn this off, watching it. So they do even though that wasn't reality, they do push the envelope a bit too much sometimes, and it backfires on them.
The Attitude Era.
Yeah.
They pushed a lot in that one.
Yes, and they kind of had to because they were losing really badly, and they had to do something different, and they did, and they took over. I just wonder how things will happen this time around. Will they be able to defeat AEW in the end? I don't know. But it is good that there's different companies. You can see more talent. That's very good. So let's jump into. Why don't we talk about Raw, because that happened before NXT? We won't go into match by match what happened, but we'll kind of like give you like a little rundown, basically what's going on Raw. So basically, Drew McIntyre is fighting Bobby Lashley, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't give two flying craps about Bobby Lashley.
He is okay when he was first introduced back when not Samoa Joe, oh my god, Umaga.
Yep.
When that whole thing, he was great.
Yep.
And then he had a feud with Finlay.
Yeah.
That was amazing. It showed his strength. He picked up a fucking car. But
Shit.
now he's overrated and he's using it to, like, he's basically cocking at shit. I hope Drew McIntyre beats the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, I love Drew.
McIntyre is under fucking rated.
Yeah.
He needs to be in the spotlight. He needs to be pushed.
He is one of my favorites. I just think, like, when you see him, you see, like, that's a bad dude. Like, you don't see him and you're like, oh, I wonder how he's champion. Like, he's champion because fucking who's gonna beat him? Go ahead. And that's what's good. It's like there's a sense of realness to it. Like, okay, there's someone to root for because he really is worthy of it.
Oh yeah, he looks intimidating as fuck too.
And not for nothing, while we're talking about Bobby Lashley, why the hell did they fire Rusev and keep Lana, who's a waste of space?
Rusev actually volunteered himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he volunteered himself, and then he gave, I think it was either between 20,000 to, I think it was between 10 and 20,000. He gave it to the people that were unemployed.
Oh, that was nice.
He gave it back to the WWE.
That was really nice. I don't know. So, like, that's going on Raw. They're going to fight at Backlash. I hope you already know Drew's not going to lose, and if he does lose, it's going to be like a disqualification. This is just a match to just sort of place hold until we get to SummerSlam.
You need to know that Bobby Lashley's going to fucking have something up his sleeve.
Yeah, some kind of corny. Now he's with MVP, which is another thing I don't give two flying craps about. He's been irrelevant since 2009. I don't know why he's here, but MVP's here,
when he first started, he was alright.
Yeah, like I remember.
The thing I hated about MVP was stupid entrance and that fucking inflatable, stupid fucking thing he would always do.
That's funny because Ellen said she loved that.
I hated that thing. It was so annoying. For
me, I'm not gonna lie, Ash. I remember being like in 8th grade and doing the whole jump thing where he jumps on the floor and then he puts his arms up. So I'm not gonna lie, I did it, but I hear you. It's a little corny, that whole thing, and then I'm coming, tick tock, like that whole stupid thing. Yeah, I know. So that's going on with them. For Raw, Asuka is the new women's champion because, like we said, Becky Lynch, I don't know if we said it or not, She's pregnant. She posted the
Mama
ultrasound.
Becky.
Mama Becky. She's the man and the mama. I love her. She can do no wrong in my eyes. So now it's going to be
No
Nia
shit.
Jax against Asuka, which I want to see. I'm interested because I feel like they've been doing Nia Jax really dirty lately. The week before,
Oh my god, they
totally, she got her ass kicked and then she just like sat there. Like Nia Jax needs to be the irresistible
she
force
also
that
had
they call.
surgery.
Yeah,
I think
she hurt herself badly. Yeah, she did get hurt. But I just think like when you see her, like I feel like they just use her as a joke. Like here's Big Nia gonna run through something. Like, and I think she needs to be like a very worthy contender. And I think this would be a little good match to maybe see what Nia can or can't do. But I'm looking forward to that match out of everything so far. Like we said earlier,
Yeah, 'cause
Asuka's
Asuka,
the
she's
best.
gonna put up a fight.
Yeah, Asuka's amazing. I'll tell you my theory of what I want to happen when we get to NXT. Just remind me because I think you would like this storyline. I'll tell you it in a minute. So that's happening. We know that Edge is going to fight Randy Orton in what they're calling going to be the greatest wrestling match
I am so
ever.
nervous about that match.
Why? What are you nervous about?
I don't want Edge being fucked up again.
Oh my god, I freaking love
Because of
Edge.
his neck. Like, if his neck gets severely fucked, he's gonna be fucking paralyzed. Like,
And here's the thing with Edge, like I lost my shit when he entered the Royal Rumble. I was like, hell shit on this day. Like I was singing it. I was
screaming
ready.
at the top of my lungs when I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
I
my
was
god.
happy, and I felt really bad for him at first because I felt like he deserved a huge crowd for WrestleMania. And I know they had a pretty decent match for WrestleMania, but he still deserves that crowd, that huge roar that he should have gotten. But I think this match will be good. Randy Orton, I like him, but it's kind of getting stale now. His character, like how many, like he's good, but we know you're the Viper, like we get it. But I do like that they're bringing it back to like rated RKO. Like it makes sense why they're arguing. So I like that. Do you think they're gonna have a good match or?
I think Randy is gonna play dirty, and then Edge is gonna play it clean.
Okay.
But I think in the end, Randy Orton is gonna underestimate Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he goes to do the RKO, Edge is going to reverse it and do the spear. And then win.
All right, so that's your prediction. So after Backlash, we'll have to see if that's what happens.
That's my prediction, yes.
That is your prediction. Edge is going to hit the spear, pin. It. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what else is being made. Like, that's what there hasn't really been. So Apollo Crews defeated Andrade, which I was kind of upset about. No offense to Apollo Crews, but he's been nobody too, and now all of a sudden he's champion.
I mean, he's underrated too.
Yeah, I guess I have to watch him a bit more. Like, I think, once again, he was amazing in NXT. His moveset was completely different. They bring him up and they don't use him. So, yeah, you're right. He is a little underrated because he did some crazy shit in NXT. I remember seeing it a couple months ago when I was watching it. He did do cool stuff, but it's just like, Andrade is amazing. I love him. I love Zelina Vega. She's one of my favorites.
Yes.
That whole group is good. But I just, I mean...
Speaking of which, hold on.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Chad.
Oh, yeah, rest in peace, Shad Gaspard,
Yes.
from Crime Time. Yeah, that was terrible. I remember when it was happening, I was like, I hope they find him, I hope he's okay, and then, obviously, so yeah, rest in peace for sure. I think, JTG is going to be going on The Bump on Wednesday, so, he might, deliver some fun times or memories he's had with him. So that's something that maybe check out. But yeah, for sure. Rest in peace, Shad. Trying to think what else is going on.
Samoa Joe is now on the commentary roster.
Yep, I heard he took over from JR.
Yeah.
That's really good. He's really good. He reminds me of Taz, kind of. Like, he's just like...
Yeah, like he just speaks.
Yeah, he's just no problem. He just does it. It's fine, easy going. I like that about him too. He brings something different, and plus he's a wrestler, so it's like you believe him when he says, "Yeah, that hurts," because yeah, he's been in that position. And I
remember when he had his feud with AJ Styles, and oh my god, what the hell did he say? I was like, how could he say that on live television?
He said something about, like, wasn't it like he was going to, like, hook up with AJ's wife or something? It was something, like, along the lines about the wife or something and the kid, or something like, I'm be your daddy, or something like that.
Oh my god, No, it was like, sorry kids, daddy won't be home tonight. And then
Oh,
he was
yeah.
like, I'll be your new daddy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro, how did he get away with saying that? But I'm like, it's Samoa Joe. He can get away with it.
He can do whatever the hell he wants. Yep. And so
And
that's
he's also
happening.
terrifying looking, so I wouldn't want to.
He is, and when I went to Money in the Bank last year, and he fought Rey Mysterio, and you are correct. He is a big dude. Like they don't do it justice. Like in person, he's a big dude. Like and I was like, oh man, I saw Rey, and I was like, Rey's about to get squashed, but then he ended up, rolling him up and winning. And then got his ass handed to him afterwards. But Joe really is dominating. He looks like a huge force to be reckoned with. So I would not fuck with Joe.
Ability. No.
Yeah, I would not. Let's talk about Monday Night Messiah quick.
I'm running the other way.
Right, you ain't running to him. But why would you be in a dark alley, Ash? I would say stay away from that.
It's just a saying.
Stay away from those alleys.
It's a figure of speech.
Let's talk about Monday Night Messiah, and then we'll close up on Raw. What do you think about his new gimmick?
It's okay.
Yeah, I like Seth, but it's just like, here's my question: what happened to AOP? Like they were a part of the group, and all of a sudden they're gone.
I think, for them, I think what he's doing is he's bringing people in, show them off a little bit, and then put them in the back. I guess to train, maybe, and then bring new people in to basically show people their faces. So that way, when they actually come up, people know who they are.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just not really for the Monday Night Messiah. It's not boring. It's just he's attacking Rey Mysterio. It's just yeah, cool, whatever. So
did you fucking that match that he had with Rey Mysterio, and he messed up his eye?
Yeah, that looked brutal. That did not look good.
According to Seth Rollins, he didn't know that he injured his eye that badly. His eye was swollen. The doctors couldn't assess what the hell happened until the swelling went down.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
His eye could have gotten an infection. I was like,
all of that is real. So it's
that was just insane. And then I watched the replay of it, and I was like, you had him on the corner of the steps. How could you not see that you were gouging his eye out with the corner of the
My God. He is the Monday Night Messiah, so he do not care. I guess.
He ain't my Messiah. I don't care.
Right. So let's go into NXT a little bit. Before I dive into this week, I want to tell you my theory of what I want to happen with NXT. So I love Io Shirai. And here is what I would like to happen. Initially, I thought Shayna Baszler was going to stay in NXT. And what I wanted to happen was Shayna to continue to be undefeated, to kick ass. And then all of a sudden, she's like, no one can beat me. I'm undefeated. And all of a sudden, you hear, do-do-do, do-do-do. And then Asuka comes out. And she's like, well, you haven't beaten me. And then they fight. Asuka wins the title. Shayna goes to the main roster. And then Io Shirai and Asuka have a match. And they have a rivalry and a feud. And I was like, listen, I would live for that. But that didn't happen. Charlotte won the title, which is okay. But yeah, I would like to see Asuka and Shayna, and then Asuka and Io. I love it. But let me just run down quick the card for NXT TakeOver in your house, and we'll kind of go over the sort of backstory to what's going on. So the newest match that was made was for the NXT Championship. It's going to be Adam Cole defending the title against Velveteen Dream. Fun fact, I was there when Adam Cole won his first NXT Championship. I was in the crowd. I had my little Johnny Wrestling sign thing, the little smiley face thing. Because what was cool about it was people were just handing them out to us. And we're like, okay, cool. So it was, listen, NXT was probably the takeover that I went to, 25. It was one of the funnest nights I had going to a wrestling show in a long time. So I recommend once everything opens.
In all honesty,
go ahead.
For NXT, when they have their pay-per-views, they are mind-blowing.
Yeah. I saw the ladder match, the tag match where Street Profits won. We lost our shit. It was a lot of fun. So, with this match, the Adam Cole defending against Velveteen Dream, William Regal said that This match is so important that it's going to take place where they both can shine. So I don't necessarily know what he means by that. Maybe they're going to have it in a. Obviously, they're going to have it not in the arena, but I don't know. Who do you think is going to walk out champion, Cole or Dream? And what are your thoughts on them?
Adam Cole, he has the agility. He basically like the perfect champion. But Dream, like, he deserves a chance.
Yeah, I love Dream.
Like, he has the agility. Like, he has the moveset. He pushes himself to the limit. I mean, either or, like, I'll be happy, but
yeah,
I would like to see Dream win.
Me too. I'm rooting for Dream too. I love him. I think he's very cool. I think he's a fan of the business, which is even better. When someone who likes wrestling gets to hold the title, that's even better. But okay, so next match, Damian Priest against Finn Balor, who is one of your favorites.
Balor Club, all the way.
Listen, you and I are gonna fight about this. Are you ready? Okay. And I have to say this, I love Finn Balor. I'm not saying this that he's incapable. It's not his fault. He's been irrelevant since 2017. And it's not his fault. It's because they have nothing good for him. And I think it's a disservice to him. I don't understand why they don't let him wear his demon costume all the time. I think he's kind of just been shoved to the wayside a little bit, and I love him. I want to see him do something different. I want them to put, I don't know. I'm just like, I do love Balor, but I don't know if I'm still in the club. I still like him, but I kind of might have dropped out of the club. I think.
One match that pissed me off when he was still in on Raw. He came out in his demon attire. The match was like 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you have Demon Balor. Demon Balor needs to have longer matches than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like when he had it with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With this, like, they should have him come out in his demon attire. Like, in matches like this.
Yeah.
Especially against Priest.
Yeah, exactly. Or even like the pay-per-views or takeovers, like you're saying, like have some sort of spectacle, because he is a spectacle, you know? He's Finn, you know,
exactly.
he's not just
Finn's a demon Balor, like.
Yeah. So you want Balor to win, obviously. Yes. I'll root for Balor. I really want to, you know, I mean, here's the only thing. He defeated Johnny Gargano last time, so I like Balor, but I'll root for Priest. I like Balor, but I'll root for Priest.
Different sides of the fence.
Yes, we'll see. The next match is the NXT Women's Championship Triple Threat. Charlotte Flair defending the title against Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. What do you think?
I mean, I like all three of them, but my heart goes to Rhea.
Yeah.
Rhea, yes.
Rhea Ripley. I like her too. I think she's amazing. This is my brutality. Sorry.
She just has like that natural like bad guy vibe.
Yeah.
And like that bitch vibe.
Yeah.
Like that bitch attitude vibe. So it's like, and she's gonna use it in the match. Like she knows her opponents. She especially knows fucking Charlotte. I'm sorry to say this. You're probably gonna get mad at me.
Yeah.
But she's overrated.
Who, Charlotte?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, there comes a... I like the direction that they're putting her in now, that she's not on the main roster, but I do agree she's been a women's champion 12 times now, and she's only been in the company for, like, 7 years, and, you know, that happens, but, like, I mean, come on. You know, it's just, like, she's so good. Let someone else
hold the fucking title. Let someone else, like, have...
the title.
The limelight.
The thing is, I think she's so good that it's like they don't know where to put her. Because it's like the other, like a lot of the other girls are good, like Asuka. Those girls can hang.
Let her train the up-and-comers.
Yeah, you're right. Well, maybe this is why she's down there. Maybe she's going to put on some good matches with the people coming up. But even so, once they come up, Vince is still going to decide what happens to them. So you're going...
even if like she like coaches and trains the up-and-comers.
Oh, you mean like the PC people? That would be cool.
Have her be one of the coaches up there.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be very good. I like that idea. Tough Enough Season 4. or not season 4. There's like been 20 seasons by now. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I know. Okay, here's what I think is gonna happen. I think so. Chelsea Green teamed up with Charlotte Flair at NXT, and during the match, I think it was Rhea. I think she was gonna give Charlotte a big boot, but Chelsea pushed Charlotte out of the way and took the boot for Charlotte. So I think that's gonna, and basically Chelsea Green was a part of Robert Stone brand, but then she fired him. So I think the storyline is gonna be they're gonna fight, and then Chelsea's gonna get involved and help Charlotte win. And I really think it's kind of cool if they do kind of like Charlotte's like this queen, and she has all these like little like women with her, like people helping her. Like I could totally see a faction growing there. So I think I don't
Or
want
even
to.
with like a twist of fate,
Yeah.
have her go turn against Charlotte and have her help either Rhea or Io win the belt.
Win. That would be good. That would be different.
I mean, that would be like a sudden twist.
That really would be, because I think at this point everyone thinks that Charlotte's going to retain the title. But I'm going to say I want Io to win. The next match, North American title, Keith Lee defending against Johnny Gargano. What are your thoughts?
I'm a fan of both. Keith Lee, he has stamina. He has the attitude.
Yeah.
But I gotta go for my boy Johnny.
Really? See,
Yeah, my
I
boy
gotta
Johnny.
go. I gotta go for my boy Keith Lee. Cash outside.
I gotta go for Johnny.
All
I have
right.
to go for Johnny.
Well, we about to cash it outside. So
First day he started, I've been a fan.
yeah, Gargano's good. I can't. Let me tell you something. There's something about Keith Lee. There's just seeing him. I think also seeing him live too, to see how big he is and the way he moves. Like, my God. So I'm gonna root for Lee. That's who I love Gargano too, but Keith Lee I gotta root for. And then last match, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Tommaso Ciampa against Karrion Kross with Scarlett. Tell me about Kross. What do you think about him appearing, his entrance? What are your thoughts?
I mean, well, honestly, I really don't like him.
Why not?
I just don't like him.
Is it because you think
Like,
he's boring, or?
I just don't like the vibe he gives off.
Yeah.
Like when certain wrestlers like they send out a certain vibe that you're gonna like, you're gonna be hooked on them, you're gonna cheer for them.
Yeah.
He really doesn't give off anything.
No, he's just there. And let me tell you something. Scarlett makes an ass of herself every single time she comes out to the ring. Fall and pray. It's like, listen. Mm-hmm. And then she runs around the ring and then twirls her body around. And I'm just saying to myself, who the hell is going to be scared of this? I know
she's blonde, but she proves blondes are that way for a reason.
Yeah. And I do think it's interesting, the way she's holding the ropes and, coming out and, kind of playing mind games with Ciampa. I love Ciampa. I love his theme song. I'm all for him. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Kross is a little different than what we've seen lately, so I kind of have some hope. But we are going to wrap up because, unfortunately, we are running out of time. But, Ash, do you have anything else you want to say before we end tonight's show?
We already said it, but rest in peace, Shad. You're going to be missed.
Yeah.
Mama Becky, you're going to have a freaking cute-ass baby.
Oh, my God, I know. Do you think it's going to be a boy or a girl?
I'm hoping it's a girl.
Yeah, I hope it's a girl, too, so that she could grow up and kick some ass like her mother.
Oh, my
I gotta go to sleep. My God. I'm talking about
that would be
amazing. Kick ass. Come on.
Oh, my God, yes.
I love it. All right, yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. They need to push Nia Jax better.
Nia, yeah.
Even though she just came back, they're basically using her as, this big bad person who can bulldoze through anyone. She has natural talent.
Yeah.
She has the attitude. Her promos are bomb.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks. She needs to go hard and full, beat the crap out of Bayley and get her belt back.
Oh, so it's her belt. So you're a Banks fan.
Yes.
All right.
I'm a Banks fan. She needs to go back for that belt. Let's see what else. Vince, you need to get your head out of your ass and fucking fix these storylines.
God forgive me, Vince needs to take a serious fall and not be able to do it anymore. Because let me tell you something.
If anything, bring Shane back.
Oh my God, he needs
to. When he was here, the storylines were fucking phenomenal.
My God, Vince needs to take a permanent vacation and let Triple H run it. But
not even no Shane. I'd rather have Shane run it than Triple H. Triple H is more of a father to NXT than he is to WWE. If Shane was to come back, he would be able to focus on the right people. He would be able to train everyone better. The storylines would be better. Triple H and then could focus on NXT.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I heard some gossip. I heard that basically, because Bruce Pritchard does a podcast. He used to be a producer for WWE, and he kind of talks a lot about backstage insights and stuff like that. And he said that I
actually listened to some of his podcasts.
Yeah, his shit's really good. I love his shit. And I remember him saying, I don't know which one it was, but he was talking about how like he always felt like Vince saw more of like himself in Stephanie, and he felt like Stephanie was more like him in the sense of like just like being like all for. And I like Shane too, but I don't know if his heart is in WWE. I think he likes it, but like they've always said that. And Bruce was like, I kind of feel bad saying this. He's like, but Shane was always kind of like, the one that wasn't gonna take over. He's just been kind of like, I think Vince always wanted him to take over, but he's been, he did his own company in China. He did his own other things, and I don't know if this is his baby as much as maybe Stephanie would think it is. But I would love to see him run it, but I don't know if Vince is gonna give it to him based on their history. Which is kind of stupid.
When it comes to Vince, all he really cares about, though, is money.
Yeah.
When it comes with Stephanie, I have to give her credit where it's due. She knows how to run a business. Mm-hmm. She knows how to make people hate her. Mm-hmm. She knows how to do storylines. She knows how to put this person in their place, this person in their place. She knows how to turn people on each other. She knows how to run a good business.
Yep.
Shane, he knows how to do a good storyline. His heart is in it, but not fully.
Yeah. Well, I think too.
If he was to come back, like he could be in the back.
Yeah.
And basically, like not like spy, but like view what's going on.
Yeah.
And then turn it into like a different perspective.
Yeah, have his own ideas for it. Yeah, I mean, Vince did something completely different than what his own father did. Like everyone says that if his father were to see what Vince did to it, he'd be turning in his grave because back then everyone was their own promotion. Nobody was so. Everything's different. But with that, we are going to log off today. We are not live anymore. So thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back probably next week with another video talking more about SmackDown too. To be honest with all of you guys, I'm not too big of a SmackDown fan lately. I only like 3 wrestlers on the roster, but I'll give it a try.
No SmackDown.
You don't like SmackDown?
It's the roster. There's like 10 people up there now.
Yeah, it is completely. It went from the B show to the F show. So, all right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. We will be back next week. Be safe, stay healthy. Rest in peace to Shad. And yeah, stay safe, everyone. We will see you all soon. Thank you again, Ashley, for coming. Make sure you subscribe to me, WWE Fan 1993. Hit the like button so you get notified. Ash, do you have any social media that you would like them to know?
I actually have a couple, but I don't want to name them all.
Well, name like one that maybe like you know.
Okay. Well, okay, I do have Instagram.
Yeah.
Styling94, and I do have a Tumblr.
Yeah.
It's at Eyes Above the Crowd. That's my Tumblr name.
And what I'll do is I'll post, I'll type it up for them too, so they could just, look it up and whatever. So, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Ashley. You've been amazing, helping me out talking about WWE. We will be back soon. Stay safe. Thank you all.